In this day and age, you would never expect what you are about to see and hear in this video. As the war erupts in Ukraine, we see another side of the world and the blatant racist statements that have been made in the media. War is never a peaceful option. However, it does bring out the true nature of people who are on the verge of their life.
This is not a developing third world nation. This is Europe.
These are prosperous middle class people. These are not people trying to get away from areas in North Africa. They look like any European family that you would live next door to.
What could be a difference here from other conflicts, that could seem very far away, in Africa or Middle East or whatever. I mean, these are Europeans that we're seeing being killed.
This isn't a place, with all due respect, like Iraq or Afghanistan. This is a relatively civilized, relatively European, I have to choose those words carefully too, city where you wouldn't expect that or hope that it's going to happen.
After watching the news, we realized that the Western world does not value Middle Eastern people, their lives, as much as their blue-eyed and blonde-haired friends. Racism never went away, it only got watered down, although the roots are still as strong as they used to be. Just the reaction of the regular people alone says a lot about racism. The war in Syria, Palestine, and Yemen are still ongoing, and nobody bats an eye because they are used to it anyway. The hypocrisy of these people has no ending to it, because the resisting Muslims against occupying forces are called terrorists, meanwhile the Ukrainians are called patriots and courageous people for defending their home. Allah mentions the hypocrites in the next verse.
الذين يتخذون الكافرين أولياء من دون المؤمنين أيبتغون عندهم العزة فإن العزة لله جميعا.
Russia invaded many countries illegally, and yet Ukraine is the only victim that is mentioned as a real victim. Why? Because apparently when you are a Muslim and of color, and you can never be a victim, it is easier to label you off as a terrorist. Chechnya is one of the biggest victims of Russia's atrocities throughout the history. Roughly 300 years of wars have taken place between these two nations as Russia wanted to impose their barbaric law upon the Muslim people of Chechnya. These people resisted for years whilst being called terrorists. Although it was the same as what Ukrainians are doing now. One difference is, these people were Muslims and not blonde-haired. After all this, why is Chechnya helping Russia? We know that the regime led by Kadyrov is fully under control of Putin. Muslims don't belong in this war, nor should they take the oppressor as an ally. The Book of Allah clearly warns us against this.
وَلَيَعْلَمَنَّ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَلَيَعْلَمَنَّ الْمُنَافِقِينَ وقال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا اتبعوا سبيلنا ولنحمل خطاياكم وما هم بحاملين من خطاياهم من شيء إنهم لكاذبون. سنخوض معاركنا معهم وسنمضي جموعا نردعهم ونعيد الحق المغتصب وبكل القوة ندفعهم بسلاح